Hello YouTube and Facebook. We're back once again. I am Tim with the Golf Cart Garage. We come here every week, come here every Tuesday and Thursday, and we answer some regular questions. We talk to some live people in the chat, so if anybody's watching in the live chat, feel free to comment, feel free to ask a question, feel free to say, "What's up, Tim?" Let's see, this is Thursday the 29th. This is episode 60. This is the 60th time we've done this. That's a lot of golf cart related questions. Who would think that you could come up with so many golf cart questions, but we've got plenty. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over, I got a little short list today. We're going to go over some of the ones I have from the past week and earlier than that even, and maybe give some people some time to come into the live chat, and we'll see if we can get some live people. I'm a member of the Gearheads On Demand service, by the way. I'll talk about that a little bit more in the video, give you some more details on that. So let's get started since the garage is now open. Question number 1. Towed an EZGO TXT too fast. Ruined the motor, replaced the motor and solenoid and controller. Still won't run. Well, I can tell you what I've seen. You must be talking about a region cart, so you must be talking about either an EZGO DCS or an EZGO PDS. And you towed it without putting the tow run switch into tow. Lots of bad things happen when you do that. In fact, one of my personal golf carts that I own, that's how I acquired it. It's because someone did that, and the repair bill was going to be so high that they didn't feel like they needed to repair it, so I bought the car from them. And I could do the repairs for dealer cost since I was a dealer. So anyway, my particular case, the one that I got, the motor burned up, like you said, the controller burned up, but it also burned up the batteries in the one I got. So I mean, I have to ask you about your battery situation there. If it still won't run, I'd want to know what your battery numbers, because it burned up the batteries. And they got so hot that the top of the batteries were wavy from melting of the plastic. And if that can happen, then I can only imagine the electrical nightmare that goes through the wiring harness. So you could have, it could be somewhere deep in your wiring harness that is messed up from everything that happened from that. So it's that's probably about the worst thing you can do to a golf cart. People don't even realize that, but it does happen. It does happen. Let's see here. Number 2. I'm trying to get info on winter storage of my golf cart at my camp. Is it okay to leave golf cart outside for winter in New England? If so, what should be done to it to properly store it? Not having power to charge from October to May 1st can be a problem. Someone told me to be sure the batteries are full with distilled water and fully charged up, then disconnect positive lines on each battery and tape off connector with a tarp and ratchet strap, so they should be fine. What are your thoughts on that? From October to May 1st, what are my thoughts on that with no power? Well, my thoughts on that is that is definitely not ideal. That is not ideal at all. They're not going to freeze as long as they're fully charged. As long as your batteries are fully charged, they're not going to freeze even in a New England winter. Now they may freeze in a winter on another planet somewhere like Pluto or something that gets down to 300 degrees below zero, but not in the United States. We're not going to freeze a fully charged lead acid battery. Now, that being said, you have to have a plan to keep them fully charged, or to make sure that they're fully charged. And your plan that you have is no electricity from October to May the 1st. That's a little bit long. I would try to come up with something that, now, if the best you can do is fully charge them, put distilled, get the distilled water right, put the distilled water at the right level, and disconnect your battery cables, then that's the best you can do. There's nothing else you can do. But if that's all you can, the ideal plan would be to have some kind of charging system, like but you have to have electricity in order to have that. So I'm not sure exactly what else to tell you about that. That was you could be running into a problem there because of the length of time involved that they'll be left unattended. Number 3, can you help me determine what the proper tire pressure is for a 205 30x12 Yamaha golf cart tire? They are EFX Fusion tires. The tire wall reads 750 at 30 psi cold. I bought a used car for the tires and have 8.5 pressure. I think 8.5 pressure is too low, but am reluctant to pump them up too much. Can you please help? Thanks. I get tire pressure questions like this a lot, and what I always say is it's written on the side of the tire what the recommended max pressure is. Okay, so what I always tell customers is to go to the max pressure, all even, drive your cart, see how you like it. It's most likely going to be too stiff for you. So, and then adjust down from there. Those tires may not have even been meant to be a golf cart tire, you know, when they were made. They may not even be specifically for golf carts. They may have been for some other type of vehicle that could have possibly been much heavier. So go ahead and give yourself some room. Start at the max recommended pressure. Drive your cart. See how you like it. See if it drives right, or if it feels good, or if it's smooth, and then adjust your air pressure down from there. But I wouldn't be surprised if you can adjust it down to 12 psi or even 8, you know, on a golf cart. So that I wouldn't feel bad about doing that if it took that much in order for you to get them where you want. Just don't ride them around to where, you know, you can visibly see that they're low. That would cause you some unusual tire wear. But somewhere in between the full recommended setting and that would be fine. Let me go over to let's see. Looks like we got 𝗏𝘂𝗁𝘁𝗿𝐶. 𝗏𝘂𝗁𝘁𝗿𝐶. What's up, 𝗏𝘂𝗁𝘁𝗿𝐶? Unusual name. Let's see. He says, I got a club car clicks when key turns, but won't go. Well, I can tell you this. It's not supposed to click when you turn the key. So there's nothing supposed to happen when you turn the key. It's not supposed to click until you touch the accelerator pedal. You got to turn the key, nothing happens, and then touch the accelerator pedal with your foot. That's when it's supposed to click. So if your car is clicking when you turn the key, that means your accelerator pedal is either pushed forward a little bit, or the micro switch that accelerator pedal activates is already activated. Your activation circuit is already activated. It's not supposed to click when you just turn the key. So you would need to be looking on a club car, depending on what your potentiometer is. You may have a V-Glide, depending on which year car yours is. You may have a 𝗟𝗂𝗁𝘁𝗿𝐶. You could have the old system with the wiper board, depending on what year you got. So there's a micro switch involved in there that is already activated if you're turning the key and it's clicking. Let's see. Let's see, that was number 3, so we're on number 4 now. Is it possible to run a 48-volt golf cart with one battery? Well, yes. The answer to your question is yes, if that one battery is a 48-volt battery. And see, that may be where your question is coming from, because a lot of the lithium companies now are offering golf cart batteries, and it is just one battery. You know, you replace your 6 batteries or your 4 batteries, you just replace them with one battery, but it is one 48-volt battery, or it's one 36-volt battery if your golf cart's a 36-volt. So if that's what you're asking, then yes, the answer to your question is yes, as long as that one battery is the proper voltage for your car. Number 5. I'm wondering what I need to completely change my golf cart engine. Well, are we talking about a electric car or gas car? Since you called it an engine, I'm going to assume that we're talking about a gas car. Well, a stock gas car engine, if you just want to change it because it's blown up, or you want to just change it to another golf cart engine exactly like it, that's fairly easy. Really, they're designed to be removed fairly easy, and you just drop another one in there. In fact, there are companies out there that can rebuild your old one. You can take your old one off and send it to a rebuild company, and they'll use yours. They'll give you core credit for sending them a core, and they'll send you one that's already rebuilt, and you drop it back in, and you'd be good to go. Total cost somewhere between $700-800, you know, for that. So that would be, if that's what you're talking about. Now, if you want to upgrade, there's also companies out there that have these massive, bigger motors, and it comes in a complete kit, and you can increase your horsepower and everything, and it comes with all the mounting brackets and everything you need in order to change your existing motor to a bigger, more powerful gas engine. So it's up to you which way you would want to go. Let's see, that was number 5. I'm just checking again there. Let's see. Number 6. Hi Tim, I have a 2001 Club Car DS. Batteries are 48 volts. When I go, the cart slowly moves till I get approximately 1/4 mile, then picks up. Looking at a potentiometer issue maybe. Well, my answer to that would be, if your batteries are good, if your batteries are fine, then you're looking at a potentiometer issue. But I'd want to eliminate that first, you know, like I always say, that I want to eliminate the batteries first. But yes, I have seen potentiometers that you can leave your foot in one spot, and you take off and the car goes a certain speed, and then all of a sudden it speed up for no reason, or it slow down for no reason, and then come back to that spot. Yeah, that's most likely a potentiometer issue, but you could have a weak battery that's coming in and out depending on the terrain too. So that's why I said if the batteries are good, then yeah, you're probably looking at a potentiometer issue. All right, number 7. I have an EZGO golf cart with batteries that are 1 year old. The EZGO 𝗘𝗂𝘁𝗍𝗄 charger is blinking red, and the golf cart is completely dead. What are my next steps? They're 1 year old. Well, you need to, those QE chargers, they're not repairable. So if your charger is busted, you just got to get rid of it, and you got to get another charger. But your golf cart, it might be so dead that it will not even turn any charger on at this point. So you're going to have to charge your batteries up individually depending on what voltage your EZGO is. In EZGO, you could have a 36 volt car, which would mean you're full of 6 volt batteries. So you could charge 2 of them at a time. Two 6 volts at a time would be one 12 volt battery. You can do that using an automotive 12 volt charger, charge them 2 at a time. If your car has 6 8-volt batteries in it, that makes it a little bit more difficult. 8-volt chargers actually do exist. They're a little hard to find, but they actually do exist. But if you can't do that, then you can charge an 8-volt battery a little bit with a 12-volt charger, but don't walk away from it. Just put a timer somewhere so you know to come back and check it. You don't want to walk away because you're not supposed to do that. But so I'm not actually recommending that. I'm just saying that it can be done to get the voltage up just a little bit in each one of your 8-volt batteries. You could charge each one of them with a 12-volt charger just for a little while, just to get the voltage up, and then put your big charger back in and see if you can get it to come on. If you have 4 12-volt batteries, that makes it easy. You can charge each one of those up individually with a 12-volt automotive charger. So that would be your next steps. You got to determine if your charger's busted and get rid of it, and then get you another charger, possibly a Summit 2 from Golf Cart Garage. That would be a good choice. Okay, number 8. Hi team. I think they mean hi Tim, but that's cool. I have a 95 club car having a problem starting and difficulty placing the cart in neutral. Any idea what is causing this? Okay, well it's a gas car. Okay, so a 95 gas car doesn't actually have a neutral, the way that you do it is there's a maintenance cam. It's a little plastic disc. It's yellow, and it's on the back side of your forward and reverse switch. It's put there for maintenance purposes, for mechanics to work on the car, because otherwise the car won't crank in neutral, or it's not designed to crank in neutral. So you open the seat, look on the back side of the forward and reverse switch, look in the center. There's a yellow plastic circle, and you pull it, you grab it like this, you pull it out just a little bit, turn it about 90 degrees or something, let it go, and it snaps back into another position, snaps back into place in another position. Now you can put your golf cart in neutral, in between your forward and reverse, and the cart will crank and sit there, and you can rev it up, and you can watch your clutches, or the mechanic can watch your clutches. So if you wasn't aware of that, that may be why you're having difficulty cranking in neutral. That was number 8. We'll check, see what's up. 𝗟𝗂𝘁𝗿𝐺𝐶 says, how do I know if my batteries are bad or if it's something else? Well, you just need to put a voltmeter on your batteries. I need to, if your Club Car, let's see, Club Car clicks, how do I know if my batteries are bad or if it's something else? Well, it's not your batteries. I mean, it's not your batteries, because you're the guy that has the click when you turn the key on. Yeah, your batteries would not cause that issue. It would be whatever your accelerator is connected to. Your accelerator is connected to a micro switch, depending on which car you have, depending on which year car. And that micro switch is activated, or it's blown in the closed position or welded shut or something, so every time you turn the key on it clicks. So it's not your batteries. Okay. Number 9. What makes a 48-volt golf cart battery charger trip the reset? I'm assuming you're talking about, when you say trip the reset, I'm assuming you're talking about the circuit breaker on the charger itself. There's a 48-volt Club Car power drive charger, not PowerWise. PowerWise is EZGO. Power drive is Club Car, and there's a circuit breaker on the front of it, and it can pop under certain conditions. The circuit breaker will pop. I'm assuming that's what you mean by the reset. Now, in my experience, I have seen a bad diode / rectifier. Like inside that 48-volt charger, there's only really a few parts. It's not as nearly as complicated as a lot of people think inside those chargers. But one of the things in there is a diode / rectifier block, and those things over time, sometimes they'll just blow up and crack, or they just go bad. When that's bad and you plug it into the golf cart, you plug the cord into the golf cart, I've seen the needle, instead of, how the needle's supposed to go to the right, I've seen the needle go to the left and peg out to the left and stay there for a couple of seconds, and then boom, that circuit breaker will pop. That's, in my experience, that's the one thing that I have found that will pop that circuit breaker every time, is a bad diode, or bad diode / rectifier. Let's see. Number 10. EZGO Express S4, just looking for battery advice about the difference in performance between lead and lithium. Well, I could go on forever about that topic. There's really no comparison. It's not even a fair contest. Let's just put it that way. I used to be involved in racing, in golf cart drag racing, and I can tell you this: when electric vehicles are classed by voltage, when you race, that's how they class electric vehicles, is by voltage. So if you've got both the same cars, if everything is identical, this car is running 48 volts and this car is running 48 volts, but this car has lead acid batteries in it and this car has lithium, and they're both running the same voltage, the lithium car is going to win every time, even though everything is equal, because the one thing that is not equal is weight. There's a big, huge weight advantage when you go with lithium. You lose, in a golf cart, you lose 300 pounds. So if everything is the same, just the weight difference alone is going to increase your performance of your car, because you just dropped 300 pounds off of your vehicle. So you're going to feel like you got all this power. Well, you actually do, but it's because your power to weight ratio is so much better than it was before. So that's, if that was the only difference, it would still be a noticeable change, but that's not the only difference. The other difference is that the batteries themselves are stronger and resist voltage drop better. So if the voltage drop is what happens when you initially get on the accelerator pedal. The voltage in your 48 volt golf cart will drop down to a certain level, and then as your cart starts rolling, the voltage will slowly start picking back up. Well, lithium, when you do that to a lithium car, it does the same thing, but in such a smaller scale that the voltage hardly drops, not even half as far as it did with the lead acid, and then picks back up really quickly. So it's a better deal. I mean, it's a better deal. That's why it's more expensive, and that's why everybody wants to do it, and that's why there's so much more competition out there with it. And there's a lot more of it available. We sell a couple of different brands of lithium batteries at Golf Cart Garage. We sell Allied and we sell 𝗘𝘂𝗁. So if you're interested in that, give us a call. Let's see. That was number 10. That was actually the last regular question we had today. All right. We come here, like I said earlier, my name is Tim. I'm part of the Gearheads on Demand service that Golf Cart Garage offers. We come here twice a week and go over some regular questions, maybe talk to some live people. Didn't have too many people in live. We had what was his interesting name again? Was 𝗟𝘂𝗁𝘁𝗿𝐶 in the chat today. I appreciate you, 𝗟𝘂𝗁𝘁. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you commenting. Anybody, if you like this content and you want to keep it going, just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That will help me keep my job when you do that. So please do, because I like my job. So let's see. Gearheads on Demand, I was going to tell a little bit more about that. That is a service that we offer where you can call up, or you can click on the information at the bottom of the screen there. That will take you to the scheduling page where you can schedule a phone call with me, and I will call you at whatever time you pick. It's all automatic. I will also you can also schedule a video session where I can send a link to your phone, and you click the link, and then I can see through the camera in your phone. I might need to be able to see what you're talking about, you know, to help you with your golf cart related problem, whatever it may be. Most of the time, phone call is enough. But anyway, that's the service that we offer. It's been really successful, and I'm a major part of that. We have another technician on staff. We have other technicians that you can schedule with also. So if you're interested in that, like I said, click the link in the description. Other than that, this was episode 60, and we will be back on Tuesday for episode 61. So remember, Tim, Tuesdays, Thursdays, noon Central Time. And let me see, we got Anthony Moore in YouTube. What's up, Anthony Moore? Do y'all offer lithium battery packages? Yes, well, yes, we do. We sell, I said just a little while ago, we sell Allied. We sell Allied's normal line of batteries, and we also sell Allied's commercial line of lithium batteries, and we sell 𝗘𝘂𝗁𝘁 lithium batteries. You can call Golf Cart Garage and talk to one of our amazing customer service representatives, our amazing customer service team members. We have some of the best customer service team members out there, and they can give you all the information you need on that. Let's see. That looks like that's going to be about it for me this week. Does it include charger and all wiring? What you have to understand, when you go to a lithium, especially if you're going to go to just one lithium battery for your car, there's not any wiring involved. It's just if you get a package that just has one lithium battery, all there is a positive and a negative terminal, and you take the wires that are already your main positive and your main negative, and you just hook them to that lithium battery, and you're done. Now, as far as your charger question goes, all the lithium companies that I have researched, they have switched their thinking a little bit over the years. They all recommend you use their charger now. They all sell a charger. They recommend that you use it. And even though they do claim that a lot of stuff is plug and play, they're starting to recommend their chargers. So whichever battery company you go with, they're most likely going to recommend that you use their charger. And if we're talking about something as expensive as a lithium conversion, then I would do what they say. Their chargers tend to run, I don't know, 250, 350, something like that. So I would do that. I would use their charger. That way you don't have anything to worry about. Let's see. Looks like that's going to be about it. Anthony Moore, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you commenting, asking a question. All right, that's going to be it. We will see you on Tuesday for episode 61. The garage is now closed.